Hey yo, what's good, Dcuo? It's your boy Force Story, and I've decided to let out some veteran PvP secrets to the community. I thought long and hard about this. Did some soul searching while listening to Dust in the Wind, and but not for real. I decided to release this information. It's not. I won't release everything, but well, I'll release enough to help out, the people, newer players, Xbox One players, or some PC and PS4 players that, are still kind of new to PvP realm, or for those even veterans that didn't even know about this. Some secrets that may help you in PvP. Some say this is, a secret on how to be OP or, whatnot. Basically, I just want to bring up stat caps and ways around them and how to use certain stats to your advantage, okay? This is basically going to benefit support roles a little bit more, but there's a large scarcity of support roles as far as PvP goes. So I think this will help, and maybe want to encourage some people to try this. Go support role, troll, heal, tank, and try this out. You may like it. So without further ado, here we go. So anyways, I got full 100 PvP gear. I'm going to go through all my gear to show you that I have all my PvP gear on. Notice a pattern, okay? I'm gonna go through it again. Just look at my mods. You see that? Okay. So I'm just too lazy to farm for the last one. I got like 8 R&D scanners, but I'm just too lazy to farm for it right now. But I'll get it eventually. Anyways, I got pretty much all power 8 mods. You can see my power. Now this is an open world, okay? An open world generator mods, league buffs, all that applies. In PvP arenas, no. You get nerfed a little bit. Take off your generator mods and league buffs. This is my restoration and precision. My power can be at 8k if I did my skill points like that before, but I would end up giving up like another 500 resto and 375 precision, and that's going to hurt me in duels and in 1v1 arenas. I need a little bit of precision and a little bit of restoration because I am a healer first and foremost. So yeah. Full PvP gear. My skill points are extremely low. I got 185 skill points, so I can't really spec into all that I want to go into. But most people, if you're fully geared 100 and you have 200 skill points or more, if you mod into using straight mods, not like the mixed mods like precision and might, or oh by the way, you can see how many times I'm spamming this power up here. Like my power bar, I can literally spam it for days almost. And that's just showing you the benefits of having a large power pool. But if you mod into your straight stat, basically like just straight precision or straight dom or straight resto, you'll notice an issue in PvP. You may run into a cap. Okay? There's like a cap in PvP. I don't know if they removed some of them, but I remember the last time I was trying this, I gave up on going resto because at one point there was a resto cap. I think it's around like 8k something. And having only 8k resto and your restoration being nerfed from 65% to 25%, but also having to heal back like 30,000 HP because your PvP gives you that, high HP. It's just ridiculous, okay? Because in PvE, with 20,000 HP, you have 18k resto. You can heal that back easily. But in PvP, you have 30,000 HP and only 8k resto cap. It's like, why the hell am I going into restoration? So, basically, I want to say that all main stats for the main roles have been capped. So, like for DPS, precision, and might, there's only X amount that you can reach. For healers, restoration. For trolls, vitalization and dominance. And for tanks, again, dominance and health. Believe that all those main stats are capped. The other stats, there's some that aren't capped, which is power and toughness. So you can see my power right now. I got 7k plus inside of the arena. Now, of course, see my precision and restoration got nerfed some. All those buffs and stuff wear off. Now, I want you to pay close attention to power usage in these examples I'm going to show you and how they help, okay? You will notice that whenever you go into a PvP scenario, arenas, scrims, etc., that your power usage is going to be significantly higher, okay? Your powers use more power they increase the power usage of all of your moves in PvP so people can't just spam their powers. But as you can see, my moves, it looks like they're seemingly taking up, just a little bit more than they were taking up in open world. But you can see my admonish is not really taking a lot from my power. You see, I can use it for a long duration. Okay, and as a healer, what your tactics are going to be in PvP when it comes to 1v1s, 2v2s, or whatever, is you want to outlast your opponent power-wise. Okay, you want your opponent to run out of power before you, so when they're out of power and they're no longer able to do an insane amount of damage or effectively fulfill what they now. Okay, this guy's not really geared, so I'll show you another example after him. But you want to make sure that your power outlasts your opponent's power, so you can effectively do your job better even after they run out. You want to make them run out of power first, so you have power to heal back, and they're sitting there looking dumb like, okay, this guy's still healing, blah blah blah. So power is definitely the way you want to mod in PvP nowadays. I'm not saying go straight power like I did. As a healer, you can get away with it, but other roles you're going to want a little bit more. Okay, so as a DPS, in order to efficiently utilize your 100% of your potential damage, if you're one of those players with 200 plus skill points and you have a high amount of precision, don't go all precision 8, because once you mod half of your gear, you may notice that you reach that precision cap. Okay, now remember, your gear is like at beginning tier 6 stats, so they're going to be really low. But these tier 8 mods and all the skill points you have and all this stuff now, it's not tier 6 material. Okay, you're going to put tier 8 mods into tier 6 gear, and so it's the stat correspondence is a lot higher. So you may reach that cap if you mod straight into whatever stat that you choose to do, whether it be might, precision, vitalization, restoration. I believe the resto cap is around 8k. Precision cap is like around 4,000, something like that. So a lot of people sometimes they mod, they go rush to put the new 8 gear mods in, and they basically nerf themselves because they reach that cap. Okay, now whenever you reach the cap, you're going to know. Here's how you know. You're going to press start. You're going to go over to your stat screen. It's going to have your stat. Next to your stat is going to have parentheses, and it's going to be a red number in there with minus blah 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 2, 3, 400. That's the amount that's being deducted away from your stat. Whenever you have negative red numbers in the parentheses next to your stat, that means that stat has reached the stat cap. Okay? And I want to say the stat caps change differently for roles, because I think I tested this out about a year ago, whatever. I did my Celestial battle healing loadout for PvP. It's got a lot of views on internet for on YouTube. If you guys, anybody who's looking to learn how to use Celestial PvP, definitely go check it out. But back then I was modding all precision and resto. I was rocking around like close to 3k precision, but whenever I pop anoint, I get over 3,000. But in healing role, what I noticed was whenever I queue up into arenas, whenever I pop anoint, except I got more skill points, I got my precision higher. A little bit after that video, I was noticing that whenever I pop anoint, I get the minus, the negative red next to my precision. I was like, yo, why can't I get any higher precision than this? This is dumb. It was like, oh yeah, you're capped, and I found the same thing in resto. I was like, oh man, this is dumb. Now when I went to DPS role, that cap wasn't there. So I want to say different roles have different cap numbers. As a healer, they won't let you get your precision as high as a DPS. At least that's how it was before. I'm not sure if they changed it here recently, but I know that they did have a precision cap was a lot lower for healers than it was for DPS. But I did know that universally, all around, all roles were still able to be capped. Okay, there was cat stats, stat caps, excuse me, on all of the main stats minus toughness and power. So toughness and power cap, I'm not 100% sure if there isn't a cap for those. We just haven't reached them yet. And through research and talking to some experienced PvPers and whatnot, no one has seen what those caps are yet. So that's how I'm assuming that those caps either aren't there, or they're so high that we would need probably like level 9 mods or whatever to try to reach the power cap. Toughness, they pretty much fixed that cap. You can't really abuse it in PvP arenas because your powers in arenas make your health get bigger instead of your toughness when you're, rage or earth. You know how they used to do that, so they fixed that. But in open world, you can still abuse it. Especially rage tanks. They can sit there and spam their combos and toughness be through the ceiling, and you won't be doing much damage to them. They're healing it all back. So yeah, so stat caps in PvP is something that a smart player will definitely want to take heed to, because you would definitely not want to mod into something that you're going to be capped in because you can't go over that cap. Now, I'm going to say this. In open world, there is no cap. I've been fighting DPS in open world with 4,500 precision on their PvP gear, and they will two-shot me, literally. Okay, they'll do a combo, which will take away like 30% of my health. They'll use the combo into their weapon mastery, take away an additional 30% of my health, and then after they use that 30% or whatever, and they hit for the initial hit, which is a couple of thousand, which will take me down to 30%, and then the second hit, most 30%ers have two hits. They hit you with the initial hit, which stuns, then the second hit, which is going to do additional damage if you're below 30,000. 30% of your health. And that last hit, once you're at 30%, just one shot you from there, and they can literally do that like one fell swoop. Okay, like 3-second duels. It's insane. There's no cap in open world. But in PvP arenas, you can best believe there is a cap. And when it comes to 1v1s and scrims and whatnot, if you beat somebody in open world, do not get cocky and say, oh, They say send scrim. Please believe that things will be differently in the scrim, okay? As far as the amount of damage that you're doing or whatnot, if you're over the cap, okay? If you're under the cap, it's going to still be the same. But if you're over the cap and you're beating someone because you're have insane amount of stats and you're way over the cap, in PvP you will be nerfed in the arenas. So you can use this knowledge to your advantage. One, you know their power. As of right now, I've still yet to find the cap. I don't know how it is for DPS. I'm gonna test that out another time. Go DPS role and see how my power is in the PvP arenas. But in support roles, I don't think there's a cap on it right now. Or if it is, it's higher than it's more than 8,000. So you can use this to your advantage by modding whatever your main stat is, and also power. I believe that help a lot of people. DPS, precision and power, might power. I wouldn't really do might power. I'd probably do precision power. If you're a healer, resto power or all power, because the heals, that resto number is not really big. Power is the essential stat that you're going to look for. For controllers, Vit and power, or Vit is another forgotten stat too, because you're getting more power back from your hits. And I fought an atomic tank once who was modded all Vit 6 experts and Vit 7s, and he was literally spamming his combos forever. He was essentially not running out of power because his hits were recovering so much power back because his Vit was so high. He was like, wow, this guy has unlimited power almost. So Vit is another good stat to mine into too. But I would definitely suggest power, because there's no cap in power. You can put as much power on your character as you like. And when I'm fighting against most DPS, they got 2,000-3,000 power. If you got a 3K power pool and I got 7K power pool, please believe I can do more than 2 times the amount of my powers than you can do. And that gives me an advantage in duels and 1v1s and stuff like that, scrims and 4v4s, 2v2s, whatever. So that's just something to look into. I'm not saying that's how you be OP. Well, I guess it is sort of a trick on how to be OP, because certain powers, if you're a good person with that power and you're an expert in how to use it, having a large power pool with that power is dangerous in PvP. So this tip can help you essentially become quote OP in PvP if you know how to use this to your advantage, by getting a significant amount of your main stat as well as a large amount of power as well. Okay. And so for tank, you probably want to go power. I seen some go Vit power. Trust me, don't sleep on the Vit stat. It is essential, it helps. But you probably want to go like Dom and power, control, Vit power, healer, resto power. DPS more than likely precision power. And you guys will notice a huge difference when you have a larger power pool in PvP. Also, another trick, Slow down. A lot of people go way too fast in PvP. This is the reason why you can bust speed hackers. You can bust that ass so quick, yo. They come in and they just swing, and they start doing this stuff. You just time it and then use their block, and then they're falling on the ground and you beat them. It's like, yo, no. Speed, more hits doesn't always make you the winner. Okay, speed isn't always better. Sometimes it takes you having to slow down, recognize the pattern, anticipate their moves, find out if I tap this X amount of times, let's make this person do this. If I do this, this person does this. And then you get to catch on, or you start catching them on the counters, and those counters really help, okay? When you start getting blues, and, you knock them down, and then, you're able to use your weapon mastery or your powers or whatever. Counters really is a trick to the game. That's why it's the rock, paper, scissors method. Whenever you win in rock, paper, scissors, that's a win in your book. You're making progress and beating that person in this, in the match. So definitely slow down, especially you fight DPS. The damage is insane. Definitely slow down when you fight them. Atomic tanks and fire tanks. This guy's a atomic tank right here. He's in atomic tank mode now. Definitely slow down, okay, and start catch people on their counters. You'll see a huge difference, okay. So in PvP, you want to slow down. If you are one power heavy, you like to use your powers a lot. Your powers do a lot of damage, or you find yourself running out of it too quick in PvP. Mod into power. Trust me. If you lose a little bit of precision or might or whatnot, you won't really notice it that much when you make up for it in power. Because a lot of people, if they're ones that don't know how to manage their resources and run out of power too quick, they find themselves in trouble all the time, okay? So definitely want to have more power if you can't manage the power that you have. But I definitely wouldn't recommend going into a match with a 3,000 or even a 4,000 power pool, okay? It's fighting an uphill battle from there. If someone's a 7k plus, somebody like myself. So, because as a healer, I can just, begin to spam heals whenever my health is low and fill back up and keep fighting you and still have power to break out and throw more heals even when your power runs out. You see? Because as a healer or as a support role, you want to outlast the DPS and make sure that your power pool is larger than theirs through the duration of the fight. Drain them, make them run out of their power first, and then you still have enough of your power left over. You can do what you need to do to seal the deal. So, anyways, just a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of information I want to share with you guys. Power is key, and it works. Specking in the power, as you can see, the power usage, big difference, okay, versus using 4 moves and then your power be empty. You can use that move, 10 times and then some. So I have yet to find a power cap in PvP. So you want to get more power for your player in PvP, and also slow down, okay? Begin to anticipate and judge, when your opponent's next counter, lunge or block break or whatever. Start to, try to anticipate those moves and just slow down, okay? A lot of people rush in PvP, and I say end up getting embarrassed, y'all. Like, it's so easy when people just fighting so fast. You're just sitting there like, oh really? You just go, okay, well, I'm just gonna block whenever you do this. I see it coming, time it, block it, then you do what you gotta do, and you just bury that person in the dirt. So anyways, hope that helped some of you guys who didn't know. For those of you that already knew, it was like, oh, this information was useless. Okay, good for you. But this one is to help inform those people who didn't know. Basically, a lot of the new Xbox One players, older PlayStation 4 PC players, or people that's just not really familiar in PvP. Hopefully this was of some value to you. This knowledge was. Hopefully you can use this, and hopefully it makes me want to try the support role thing. Go support role, mod into power, and try it out. It works for me. And I'm Celestial Healer. A lot of people think that Celestial heals. I'm not modded for Celestial Heal. If I really want to be modded for Celestial Heal to really just wreck people 1v1, I'll probably go Precision Power. And I'd be so deadly because I have enough power to spam heals, and also I'll be hitting twice as hard. Like, that's insane. Right now, I'm probably spec more for like sorcery or lightning or even nature heals right now. And in my next video, I'm probably going to go Lightning to show a lot of people. A lot of people thinking Lightning is trash, it's been nerfed. It's insane in PvP if you know what you're doing. Lightning heals. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, until next time, until the next video, whatever. If you found this information helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, comment below on, if you guys, anyone knows the exact amount of the stats, the stat cap, whatever that number is, go ahead and type that in the comment section below. And yeah, until next time, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out.